Welcome! E aí, galera, beleza? Bem-vindo à nossa comunidade.
Welcome to our community.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's OGC here. Welcome to today's video. Today we have a Patreon request for a video, and that's what we're going to do. But before we fully begin, please take a moment to like, share, subscribe. That helps out the channel tremendously. So today we have a request for a video. It comes to us from EG's very own Dupius. If you guys don't know Dupius, she's the person that actually got me to like push forward for this channel and like actually do this. She sent me pretty much everything I needed to start this channel. So without Dupius, there would be no OGC, just straight up. So her request came in, so of course we're going to do it. It's delayed by 1 day because we were able to perfect Void 160. So without further delay, today we're going to be looking at what we can do to prepare for Drake. So if you guys have not been to Drake yet, you will be going. It's a matter of time. Everybody's going to go at least once. So the general order or sequence of everything is you're going to join a server. You're going to start out the game. You're going to get your first server merge. I don't know if they replaced that with Drake yet, but there's going to be a server merge. You don't have any control over it. Everyone just gets lumped in. And then there's Drake. So with Drake, there's a few different reasons on how you could get to Drake. Number one, you're forced into it. You don't have much control. It's either you transfer out of your server or you're going to Drake. And number two, you can elect to go to Drake from Nor. So in preparation for Drake, there's a few really big things you need to do. Number one, your leaders, your house lord, your ministers, ever who represents your house needs to be in constant contact with leaders of other houses that you're going to get merged into. One of the ways to do that is if you come up into the menu, you hit the transfer button, you can go check out other houses and other places. You can send people friend requests, get their numbers. And from there, you can start establishing relationships. So forming in alliances, or just getting allies in general from other servers when you go to Drake is going to be absolutely everything. That's on the leaders' end, and that's kind of their responsibility. For people that have not gone to Drake yet, other things to consider preparing for, or if you are a returning player, is probably one of the biggest is before you go, like the last 24 to 48 hours. Make sure you guys go and you guys set up all of your research queue. Because once you go to Drake, you're going to, the map very slowly opens up. You're going to get fantastic bonuses, like I think my body's covering it. Yes, I am. You'll be able to get like 15% faster research tiles in Drake if you have the big cities. So there's some fantastic stuff in Drake. However, it takes a period of time for the map to open up enough where you can actually go to those cities. So before you actually go to Drake, probably 24 to 48 hours beforehand, move onto a research tile that you have in Nor, queue up all of your research. And what I mean by queue up all of your research is get all of them on the bottom, like get it all filled up, because it's going to be a long time before you can actually sit on a research tile again to queue everything up. That's probably the biggest thing, so that you don't waste any time when it comes to research. Research is too valuable to give up. The second thing that I would highly consider is if your garrison is not 100% ready to go, get it 100% ready to go. Drake is a war. It should be a war server or a war event. There's going to be action. There's going to be a lot of fighting on Drake unless you have like a super easy one. Otherwise, Drake is going to be epic. It's going to be battles nonstop. You will be sent to the capital. You will be sending other people to the capital. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. I really like it. So get your garrison ready because you're going to war. Drake is war. The other thing to consider if you don't have an alt already is get an alt and use it as a bank or find a friend so that you can give them your rare resources to hold on to. Because if you are going into a war zone, then all of your resources are going to get plundered. You have a giant target on the back of your head. So make sure that you transfer all of your resources over to someplace where it will be safe while you are in Drake. The next thing to really consider is we might all have our favorite race, but there's certain races that are going to do a lot better in a full-on war server. And again, that's what Drake really should be, in my opinion. So I think Lich is probably the most sustainable race, unfortunately, for an all-out war. The reason why is for the skeletons, it costs nothing as far as troop rush to actually make them. If you do them one at a time or two at a time, depending on your equipment and chakra and everything. So being Lich will actually you can go on the offense really well in your garrison. You're never going to run out of troops in your garrison. However, it's a pretty big commitment to switch. Races such as Sylph. Sylph is really strong if you're not towards one of the top tier house or top tier like core power people. If you're not on the curve, like the upward trend or one of the strongest people, then Sylph is going to it has the potential of really holding you back because the training time and also the healing time for all of the troops is just insanely long. I love Sylph. I would highly recommend playing Sylph because they are a fantastic race. But in the all-out war, they're a very hard one to compete with. Same can be said with Human and Rockin to some degree. Both Human and Rockin are viable to some degree. And Dwarf is going pretty good right now. The maxes don't take as long to actually train as like say a tree. So you can get away going with Dwarf, but I would consider your race to be pretty important when it comes to a war server, and also having some sort of balance within your house. So if everyone is Lich, then you will be at a disadvantage. You need something. You need something else to offer the variety. But I'm just saying, consider extreme example, consider being open to the idea that you might have to change races. It's bound to happen at some point in time. Again, if you're on a war server type of Drake, that is going to be everything. The next thing is when you start off, you're going to start off in the capital, and one or two cities is going to open up at a time. You want to be there for the cities when they open up. You can get so much honor by participating in them. There's going to be, unfortunately, I can't show you in this video because I've already cleared them all. But if you go look at my insane wall damage video, those are the NPC garrisons that are going to be in the cities. So as the cities become available to open up, you want to be online as soon as they open up. And the reason why is you're going to get ridiculous honor, guys. Crazy good honor just for showing up. You also want to be able to capture the cities. You need to be able to get the king vote. You don't want to lose your own kingdom to the enemies or anything like that. Now, the way that Drake actually works is if you see this little island thing above me, all the light blue, that's really safe. Nobody is going to be able to take over any of those cities unless they come through Glacia and whatever those two are. The one with the bridge, it's right in the center of the screen. Can't pronounce those names. Wherever the roads go in Drake, that's how you can capture cities. You can zero out cities anywhere. But you can't capture the city unless there's a road connecting them and you have to be adjacent to it. So keep that in mind when you're doing everything. The biggest ones is, especially when picking your colors, it's going to be the purple versus blue. And down here it's going to be the blue versus green. And over here it's going to be orange versus yellow. And what I mean by that is there's going to be 3 different cities that get you to the Dragonar or like the Imperium of Drake. In those 3 cities, there's 6 colors, 3 cities. People are going to be pinned against each other. So purple and light blue will be battling for Northrem, which will then open up the access to Stormhold, which will then give them access to Dragonar. If you aren't connected in that way, as far as like the roads, you can't even compete for Dragonar. Same thing for the orange and yellow. They have their own path up where you need to be able to get everything. So that's the basics for the objectives of Drake, what you should do to get in. Now, once you are in Drake, especially if you're a lower level player or you're not fully maxed out with your heroes, both are totally valid. Been there, done that. You have a couple options. Make sure you go around and you clear all of the NPC stuff. these ones should be secondary to clear out, but you're still going to get a pretty good amount of EXP. That will help tremendously. And then there are these purple ones. They are the elite ones. Always do these. You have different stars on the right hand side. Only do these at 4 stars, and the reason why is you get Dragma. I think in total you can get 100 and over 100 Dragma just from going to Drake. Which is pretty cool. And then finally, you can get the rewards, which look like the Molten set. It's pretty wild. Make sure that you also have plenty of potions. You want enough potions to be able to fight. It's hopefully going to be a war, so you need plenty of potions to do whatever. Always have enough revives. So that's really the basics. I know some people don't like change, and some people really don't like the idea of having to go to Drake. But what I can share about Drake is, if you don't go to Drake and you just spend your whole life in Nor, you are going to fall behind at crazy rates behind everybody else. The best possible thing you can do is go to Drake, go back to Nor for like a week, go back to Drake, just stay going to Drake as much as possible. You get a ton of Dragma. For the dragon coins, those things are worth 200 Linari each. So if we're talking 100 plus of them, we're talking tens of thousands of Linari worth of Dragma. You can't pass that up. Also, the research spots. So the research spots, I don't know if this one has it. Oh, it does. Okay. So there's 15% faster research spots. You can't find that in Nor. There's nothing else like that. So although it sounds like small amounts, it really adds up. There's also special tiles that increase the siege power, and there should be other ones. I think I'm on it, but I don't think I can actually show you it. Yeah, because it pops up here. You can get ones that increase for the troops. There's also different buildings which will offer, oh, that's what it is, that will offer additional power. So this is plus 12% to army troops. If you're struggling in the void, this is going to help you out tremendously. There's also other ones that offer, that does siege, that offer more time for the research. So going to Drake is a really, really good thing. It's going to help catapult you forwards as far as the progression of your account. So take the necessary preparation work and make sure that you have friends to go with. You talk with people that you're going to be going with once you get there. Participate in Drake. Prepare for war. You might be sent to the capital multiple times. You will be fighting other people. And go around and collect all the juicy rewards like these elite mobs and really rake in everything that you can from Drake. So with that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go have fun in Drake. Thank you to Dupius, one of our Patreon members, for suggesting this video. So if you guys want to be a Patreon member, go check out the description of this video and all videos. We have the Patreon page. That's the best thing you can do to support this channel. We have the Discord. We also have a merch store. Anyways, until tomorrow, guys, I hope you guys have a fantastic day and take care.